Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. Today we are taking once again the CRJ from Aerosoft, more specifically the CRJ-550, or the smaller or I wouldn't say smaller version, but the less dense version of the 700. And we're going to fly it from St. Louis over to Washington Dulles with a little bit of a twist. In fact, if you know my channel very well, I am very fond and mostly use FS2Crew with anything I can, and we do have FS2Crew for the CRJ, and I've used it pretty much every time in P3D as well. It's just I rarely did fly the CRJ, and that's why you don't see it a lot, but hopefully a little bit more will be seen of the CRJ on my channel now, because it is a beautiful airplane, and on Aerosoft it makes it even much nicer to fly as well. So, at least visual wise and graphics wise, so on and so forth. But yeah, so we're using Pushback Express as well as FS2Crew. So let's get the show on the road, shall we? So we're gonna start our pre-flight events, and we should then see everything open. Go ahead to the tablet here. We're going to go to aircraft, open, we're going to connect that in place, everything is checked. So we're going to do our checks. So circuit breakers we would check, that's fine. Nose wheel steering is off, hydraulics are off, gears down, spoilers are 0, flaps are up, radars are off, rocket brake is set, ADD stowed, emergency flap switch to norm. We can then turn on the battery. Verify the voltage of both batteries, at least 22 volts, which is checked, and we can then apply the external power. Nav lights come on.
Alright, I'm out for the walk around.
IRS to nav, he's now starting the walk around, and we check our status of the aircraft with the FMC here. Nav database is up to date. Date is 30 July. UTC 1249. Aircraft type, engine type, all that is checked. Go to position in it, and we align our IRSs. So if ACARS was also a thing, we would also initialize ACARS, pick our safety equipment, flight documents, charts, verify the registration with our flight plan and everything. Right. And we do the safety checklist. That's what the captain does silently as the first officer is doing his walk around. So circuit breakers are checked, emergency equipment is checked, nose wheel steering is off, hydraulic pumps off, landing gear down. Spoiler 0, flaps set 0, radars off, parking brake set, ADT manual release stowed, and emergency flap switch norm. Alright, next thing we're going to go and load the aircraft. Now this aircraft is limited on its maximum takeoff weight for a specific reason. It has to do with pilot training, so. Okay. So once that is done, we'll do the overhead scan. Checked, that's checked, lights are checked, all off, nails here set as it should be. We'll do a hydraulic test. PSI, quantities are checked, temperatures are checked. Same goes for 3A. Arm and no lights. 300 feet for the landing elevation at Dulles. Rest is checked. Recirculation fans on. Brake energy patch will set to auto. Diesel low. On arm. All test. Is checked. And this is up. Let down here, we'll set this to terrain for now. Set the range to about 10 miles. Now source FMS1. Inches. 3019er. The rest checks out. Do a CPR test. Checks. Date and time is checked. checks out here. We'll now release the parking brake. An anti-skid test.
Unit bay overheat.
All checks out. Put these to arm. Verify the messages. The rest looks good. Iris is our nav. We can do an RA test. Do a TCAS test.
TCAS system test
I keep
okay.
forgetting to do this. Ice detection test. ADS heat test okay. That's done. Dampers engaged, verify the indication goes away, it does. We'd also check our trims, make sure those move. We're just gonna do a quick check here. Perfect, and we'll go through the indications. Okay. The rest is all set as well. So we can now do the originating check with the first officer. Originating check.
Stand by. Maintenance status.
Complete left.
Complete right. Gear pins.
Stowed.
Removed. Hydraulic test.
Complete.
Ice detector test.
Complete.
Stall test.
Complete.
Clocks.
1257 set left.
1, 2, 5, 7. Set right. CVR test.
Complete.
MLG overheat test.
Complete.
Radar test.
Complete.
Originating check complete.
Perfect. So we'll start with the flight plan now. So go to flight plan. St. Louis. To Washington Dulles. Our alternate is Pittsburgh. Air United 222 Alpha. Execute departure. Runway 29er. The TED 5 departure.
Hi, the security and safety check are all done. Are we good to start boarding?
Yes.
Okay.
IIU transition. Next page, Juliet 8 to HVQ. Arrivals, the Gibbs 4. HVQ, Alice, 1 right. We might switch to 1 left. In fact, we'll do 1 left. Execute. We'll check the legs page, verify the restrictions with the charts. And once that is complete, just all check. Those are our only restrictions. We'll check the rest of the flight plan. Going to different formats and stepping through different various waypoints. And we'll check the restrictions on that once we reach our top descent. For departure, that's checked. Then we go back to flight plan, verify our distance with the flight plan. Flight plan says a ground distance of 681, 660 set. Let's check. We'll copy the active. Then go to performance in it. Our fuel we already have, so 4980. We'll plug in. Cruise flight level 390. Our alternate flight level is 280. We'll execute that. We don't have a load sheet yet, so we're going to keep the rest blank. Go to next page. For the climb, 284, 13. For the descent, 275, 39. For our cruise, average ISA of 6 and 261, 48. Execute. Last page, departure time 13:20, Zulu, 170 on the taxi, and alternate or final reserve star is 623. Next we go to VNAV, 290.74, 250 at 10,000, 18,000 feet is checked. Next page, just a 0.78 for the cruise for today, level 390, and for descent it's 0.77 at 320, 250 at 10,000, flight level 180, and VPA at 3 degrees for descent rate is checked. Fuel management is predicted, enabled, put MFT menu, the pilot flying to VNAV, pilot not flying to on, and then this is all set as you wish, and this is set on. Radio, auto tune, go to index, IRS control is enabled, VOR, set to yes, and deselect anything we needed, or didn't need, sorry. GNS both enabled, and then FMS magnetic and synced. And then last, if we need anything in the fixed page, we could do so and enter that in as well. But that's good. So we're going to go to performance in it for the time being. Do an oxygen test. Verify everything else and do a departure briefing. Are you ready for the departure brief?
Go ahead.
Any questions?
No questions.
And we can then do the pre-start check. Pre-start check.
Stand by. Fuel quantity.
Released with 4980 on board.
4980 kilograms. Confirmed. Cabin signs.
On.
Pressurization.
Set.
Altimeters.
3019 set left and center.
3019 set right and cross-checked. Flight instruments.
Set left.
Set right. Anti-skid test.
Complete.
Oxygen flow.
Check left.
Checked right. FMS.
Verify.
Radios.
Set left.
Set right. Takeoff brief.
Complete.
Pre-start check complete.
Hi guys, here's the load sheet for you.
Thanks.
No problem, have a safe flight.
Alright, so we got the load sheet, which means we can enter in our performance figures. And we just look at here, zero fuel weight, 24,482. Put that in, gives us a gross weight of 29,461. Execute. And that is checked. We'll then go to here, and we're going to go ahead and do a flaps A takeoff, set all, and V speed should be set 125, 125, 135, sorry, 136. Plus 10 is 146 in the V2 plus 10, so that's our speed, and V2 185. So about 5 minutes prior, we're going to go ahead and start the APU. So power switch to on. The invite, the soft open, the invite should go away, or should it be open, and we can then start the APU. It should then spool up. So now we're going to call for the pushback truck, so it can already pre-connect. I've already set in my pushback here. As you can see, we're going to face in this direction, and we're going to push back with this distance. We'll see, it's not perfect, so that means we're probably going to be pushing back, I don't know. We'll see how it works. It's good enough, say it that way, but it's definitely not better pushback in any way, or toolbar pushback in this regard, but I think it gets the job done pretty well. Flight deck to ground.
Go ahead, flight deck.
We will be ready shortly.
Roger.
So the pushback truck is coming up. Gate is going away. Passengers are on board, so we need to close the door for ourselves. We're going to close. We're also going to get rid of the chocks. Alright, so we just got notified that the cabin is ready. Oh, we are ready for pushback as well. Beacon comes on. Hydraulics on. Fuel pumps on. Verify the status indications here. Passenger signs are on. So the doors are closed and locked. We can double check that here. Brake is on. We'll set the trims for departure. That would be 6.3. There we go. Engine start check.
APU.
Set. On.
Takeoff data set 42946 kilograms. V speeds are V1 125 VR 125 V2 136 VFTO 185 flaps 8 set right.
Set left.
Trims engaged and centered 6.3 seatbelt and shoulder harness.
Check left.
Checked right. Hydraulic pumps.
Auto and on.
Beacon.
On.
Nozzle steering.
Off.
Doors.
Closed.
Engine start check complete.
We are ready for a pushback and engine start.
Roger. Release the parking brakes, please.
Brakes released.
Pushing back. You are clear behind, and you can start your engines at your discretion.
Start engine 2.
Starting engine 2. Engine 2 start complete.
Start engine 1.
Pushback complete. Set
Starting
parking
engine
brakes, please.
Brakes are set.
Roger. Okay, the tow bar is disconnected and the equipment is clear.
You can disconnect and go to hand signals.
Thanks. Have a good flight. See you later.
Engine 1 start complete.
Alright, so let's check. Generators are on.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board our
Why does that
flight
say
today.
available?
This is the lead flight attendant speaking. Please direct your attention to the cabin crew for important safety information.
Here.
There is an instruction card in your seat
Let's check
pocket
fuel
that
pumps are checked.
illustrates the
Hydraulics are
safety
checked.
equipment on this aircraft.
The electrics.
Regulations require compliance with this information as well as all crew instructions, lighted information signs,
That's
and
good, so we can
posted
turn off the
placards.
EPU.
Fasten your seatbelt by inserting the metal tip
Flight
into
area
the
clear.
buckle.
Flight controls.
Tighten by pulling
Check.
on the belt. To release your
Pull up.
seatbelt, lift the metal flap on the
Down.
buckle. It is our policy that you
Control.
keep your
Pull left.
seatbelt fastened at all times while
Pull
seated.
right. Neutral.
Doors are clearly
Other.
marked with exit
Pull
signs
left.
and instructions for door operation.
Control.
Each door is equipped with an escape slide.
He's gonna check his light
Locate
controls.
the exit nearest you. The nearest exit may be behind you. In an emergency, lights will illuminate the aisle. The cabin is pressurized. If there is a loss of cabin pressure, a panel will open and oxygen masks will appear. Remain seated with your seatbelt fastened and pull a mask toward you to
Taxi
start
check.
the flow of oxygen.
APU.
Oxygen
Set.
will be flowing to the mask
And
even
yes,
though the bag
set
may not
electrics.
inflate.
Check.
Cover your nose and mouth with the mask. Place the elastic band around your
Checked.
Nozzle steering.
Arm.
Flaps 8 set.
Top state confirmed.
Flight controls.
Checked. Check left.
Checked right. Pre-taxi check complete.
To the 14. We have way more than that, so that's checked. Before takeoff, check to the line.
Flight attendants, take your seat for departure, please. Cabin has been notified. Crossflow manual. Thrust reversers armed. Takeoff data set for runway 30. RNAV first fix identified. 5,000 feet pre-selected. Fuel, min fuel confirmed. Takeoff config.
Set. Checked.
Checked. For takeoff, check to the line complete.
Before takeoff, check below the line.
Anti-ice.
Set.
Gas.
Checked.
Checked. For takeoff, check below the line complete.
Alright, we're clear for takeoff, so plane lights come on. Start the clock. Let's get out of here. Runway heading check. Runway heading check.
Check.
Set thrust.
Thrust. 80 knots.
Check.
V1, rotate.
Kilo Victor Lima Alpha automated
Positive
weather
rate.
observation
You're up.
1300.
Gear up.
Speed mode, nav mode. On sequence. Set speed 250.
Flaps up.
Set flight level 390.
Terrain. Hold up.
After takeoff check.
After takeoff, check.
Plus 20.
Flaps 20.
Gear down, flaps 30.
Gear down.
Flaps 30.
Flaps 30.
Flaps 45.
Flaps 45. Four landing check, landing gear.
Down. 3 green.
Spoiler 0. Flaps 45. Four landing check, blue.
That missed approach altitude.
Valves on.
What's that?
Valves on.
50, 40, 30, 20.
Foxen. Shutdown check.
Shocks and brakes.
In and on.
Seatbelt sign.
Off.
Anti-ice.
Off.
Packs.
Set.
Fuel pumps.
Off.
Hydraulic pump 3A.
Off.
Beacon.
Off.
Nose wheel steering.
Off.
Transponder standby. Shutdown check complete.